everybody! So it's been a while since I've done this type of video, but I recently got my hands on the Terrifier 2 Ultimate Art the Clown, and last year I got my hands on two Terrifier arts, one which is the Ultimate Art the Clown and the Walmart exclusive, and I compared them on this channel. So I thought it was a good time to compare Terrifier 1 art versus Terrifier 2 art. Now I have already gotten them out of the boxes, already out of the way, so let's go ahead and take a good look at the boxes. So here's the box for the Terrifier Art the Clown. It has a black and white design look, which I do like. Here's a nice little look of what he looks like on the box. Here's the side. This is white. The back has been all different kind of poses. Here's the other side, and at the top you have Terrifier, which is like the black and white kind of split on the box. Compared to the box of Terrifier 2, very, very different. You have a more kind of traditional box. This is more similar to the Walmart exclusive version of the box. Here's just the side. It has Terrifier 2. So it's just Damien Lomies. Same thing here. On the top, it just says the same thing as well as the back. Is actually very similar to the first one. You have them in different poses, but I noticed when you put them next to each other, it's like the same thing. They're different poses, but they're kind of turned differently. So I thought that was interesting to kind of see that. Here's the inside flats for you guys. Terrifier 1, Terrifier 2. Now let's go ahead and take a look at what comes in the box. First things first, let's talk about the backdrops that are included in the boxes. So first off, let's go ahead and start with Terrifier. This is the Terrifier backdrop. It's pretty plain, just kind of black background. You have the floor. It continues on inside the flaps as well. Pretty plain, although it's been a while since I've seen the movie, so I don't immediately recognize that background. For Terrifier 2, however, I immediately recognize this as the Clown Cafe, and it does continue on the flaps here. This one is just black, but the amount of detail they put in this background is insane. So I definitely prefer this background over the other just because of the amount of detail that they put back there. With the hands, starting with Terrifier, you get 6 hands. So here's the first one. Here's the second one. Third. Fourth. Fifth. And the last thing. These all hold different things that come later on with the accessories of different boxes. Terrifier 2 look very similar to Terrifier, just with a little blood on there. And you also get 6 as well for this one. So you get an equal amount. Now you do get more, I will say, with the Terrifier figure, but the hands are balanced between this one. And I will say I actually kind of do prefer the hands on this one in particular more than I do the other one. Another little close-up for y'all between the two of them. Next is going to be their faces. Now for Terrifier, you get 3. In Terrifier 2, you get 4. So here is the first look, first one of the Terrifier. And here is the last face that you get included. Here's the looks for there. Again, very similar to the first one with some blood on there. And I'll show you guys how you change the faces and how that works when you actually see what they look like. And the fourth, which is the extra one. Now, to the weapons, one thing you will notice, Terrifier 1 comes with a lot more. So we're going to start off with that. Starting out with the trash bag. Now there's a little cardboard thing in between in the middle here, but here is the iconic trash bag. No, this does not come with the next one, only comes with the first one. Very fun, I do like that. I didn't know the trash bag really wasn't in this one until, shockingly after. It took me a while to recognize this was in here, but this is the trash bag. He comes with fun accessories as well with this whiplash, which I don't remember exactly where this is in the movie, but honestly, still looks Pretty cool. Now, if you know where this scene is from. This scene is from Hacksaw. And this has a little bit of blood on it, but it's more like rusted than anything. This has a lot less bloody stuff than you think it would. Here is another weapon that you get. You actually do get a little blood on this one. This is a little bloody at the very end. Now, as for your traditional weapons, which a lot of what these figures come with, a lot of these figures come with knives, just stuff like that in that category. And you get a bunch with this figure, starting out with this hammer. It's very clean though. This is a very clean hammer. This little thing here. A knife. And again, it does kind of have that on the side. A little bigger. Smaller version of that. On other accessories as well with this one, the last bit of accessories is you have this. I don't know exactly what this is called. This is very, very tiny, but here it is. You get 2 of this in the next one, by the way, but this is just the clean version of the ones that look bloody. It's very small. You have this thing here. A lot of detail here. And then at the very end you have that. You have a gun in here. Very tiny gun. Still a lot of detail on it. I apologize, this is also like a little knife thing here. And the last little weapon you get here is, I can't remember exactly what this thing is called, but here's the end, and here's how it kind of points. And the very last thing that you get included with this figure is this little doll. I don't remember where this is in the movie either, but here she is. Starting out with Terrifier 2, the biggest thing is this weapon here, which you get all type of weapons. I think all the weapons in here are bloody except maybe 1 or 2. You have knives, all that at the very end. You have this little detail at the end here too. Very fun. It's definitely the big weapon compared to the other one you got there. As I mentioned, you get one of those that are clean, but you get the bloody version of these things. Again, these are so tiny. You can see them a little bit better here. But they are very tiny, and these things, on both these boxes, they get everywhere in the box. Like, they don't ever fully stay in place. Now, for your more traditional weapons, I'll say, you have a bloody knife. A little traditional kitchen knife. And this thing here. This does have fewer accessories than Terrifier, but I actually kind of do prefer these accessories that you get more than the other ones, and it's not like because it's new, just because I prefer it. And then this thing here, I can't remember what this thing is called. So here it is. Two more. You actually get the horn in this one. That was a big complaint with the first one. You don't get the horn, but you get it in this one as well. But you do get it in this one, so that is fun. Here's very tiny. It's fun. And the last thing you get is this little thing here with the needle. Little thing to insert, and it's empty. And that is all the stuff you get with Terrifier 2. So let's go ahead and actually look at the arts themselves. Starting out with art here. Here he is, all black and white. Here he's in the front. He has a little hat attached, and no, you can't take it off. On the side, And here is the back. Here is a nice close-up of these shoes. There's the gap between here. Here he is with that face. You do get that kind of detail here. This thing does move. You can move his arms, articulate them like so. It's not as easy to do so, but you can move his legs. I believe you can get him up to here like I did one time. Now for Terrifier 2, again, looks pretty simple, and you kind of press on both of them. Here he is. Here's the front of him, side, other side, and the back. And again, he has no blood on the back. I had this same complaint with the Walmart bloody version, who has absolutely no blood on the back either. But here is a nice close-up of him. Again, you still have that same gap in the shoes. And you just change the faces very easily, and you just take it off and you can switch it. I'll switch it here for you guys. Like, you just put it in like so, and he has a new face. Very easy to do, and that is on both of those, and I do like that feature of them. So between the two of them, I will say this is very much an exact replica of the first one with a little bit of blood. Now personally, I will say I do prefer this one over Terrifier 2, simply for a number of reasons. First of all, he looks pretty clean. Second of all, there's no blood on the back of this one at all, which is very disappointing. So I will give the credit to him. However, overall, I will say I do prefer the accessories, the background of this figure, but I do prefer the overall look of this figure and the box of the first Terrifier. So what do you think of these two? Do you prefer the first one or the second one? Now for fun, I'm not going to do a detailed thing of what all he comes with, but here is the Walmart exclusive version of him. Again, you'll notice he looks almost identical to the other one, but here he is compared to this is the Neca version, this is the Walmart exclusive, and you'll notice again, no blood. So here they are, more bloody, light bloody version. So which version do you like? More blood, less blood? Comment down below. And here are all three of the arts. I'll give it to y'all with more and more blood down the aisle. Here y'all go. Here y'all go. Here they are. Which of these three do you prefer? Comment down below, and I'll see you guys soon, because next month will be a comparison video, as if I can get my hands on that last one, and the second one of comparing the new It Welcome to Derry Ultimate Pennywise releases. I'll see you guys there.